Hello Terraria enthusiasts, my name is James, and finally Terraria has released on the Nintendo eShop for the Wii U here in the UK for an asking price of £18. Now the game will release in North America 1 week from today on the 16th of June for the price of $25, and that's estimated. So let's dive into what's new here and give some great tips for people experiencing the game for the very first time. So the only real feature change from this and the other console versions is the use of the gamepad, which serves as the game's crafting window, a second display with a zoomed in resolution, and the in-game map. Now I love using this feature for building and quickly navigating crafting windows, but most of the time I found that having to look down at the pad broke the gameplay flow, as for example in a combat situation I'd have to look down to equipped potions and use them as the game is still running in the background. Now this led to some pretty tense moments which the other versions of Terraria don't have, as in the console version the game would pause so that you can manage all of this. Now one solution I found for this was to use the nunchuck and the Wii remote as a primary controller, but then you'd lose the ability to quickly build, so that decision is ultimately up to the player. Now other than the new controller, the other noticeable change is achievements. They're now called accomplishments, and when achieved it will prompt the player to share them to the Miiverse, which is actually a nice feature as this allows players who exclusively like Terraria to potentially share tips on how to get these achievements or simply post their reactions without it bombarding someone's Facebook or Twitter feed like other consoles. Now if you're a new player, Terraria can be a bit overwhelming to experience at first, but you'll be pleased to know that the game does come with a tutorial which will teach you the very basics. However, it doesn't really capture what Terraria is truly about, so here are 3 objectives to get you started in Terraria. So first off, you want to explore your world. This is best done underground, so walk around your starting area looking for tunnels that will lead you underground, as this will save you digging down, which can be very tedious. You want to be on the lookout for chests, which can be found scattered underground and include weapons, accessories that can change the player's ability, and potions to heal yourself. You also want to be on the lookout for heart crystals. These can be smashed with a pickaxe and when eaten will give you 20 extra HP, which will help later in the game. So now that you've been underground and you've collected some materials, be sure to keep checking your crafting menus for new recipes. For example, if you found some iron bars, you may be able to craft an iron bow, which will give you a better chance of fighting off enemies. The more you explore the underground and craft, the better you'll become. Now this is where the real fun begins. Once you've made yourself strong enough, you'll be able to take on bosses in the game. The one I'm fighting here is called the Eye of Cthulhu and is one of 15 main bosses you can find throughout your adventure that all have unique attacks and strengths. Now be sure to check the links provided in the description to find more helpful resources in Terraria, and remember to keep exploring. So that's it for today's video. Now if you're sat here wondering, is this game worth picking up? I wouldn't be able to recommend it enough. No matter the price of this game, it's a must-have for anyone's collection. Don't wait for a sale, just pick it up. Trust me, you will not regret it. This game is at home on the Wii U, and I'll be surprised if it doesn't rocket to the top sellers list. Now if you'd like to see more, why not click that subscribe button? Chippy Gaming is the one-stop place for all things Terraria, and by clicking that button, you'll have access to all of my content entirely for free. Now if you'd like to see how I made the house in this video, click the box to be taken to that video. Thank you all for watching, my name is James, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.